Real news, real issues, real people. It's Ciola Wilson, one-on-one.
Okay, there's always going to be people that don't want to do your workshop. But there's some people who have survived abuse who still may not know what to do to protect their children so as not to repeat the cycle. What do you say?
I can understand somebody really hesitant in coming to a SCARS training if they've been affected by child sexual abuse. I totally get that. You know, you're going to sit in a room and be reminded of your own pain, and that's got to be really tough. But I can tell you that the survivors that we've talked to that have come into our room, they've been affirmed. It really has validated to them that what happened should not have happened. It helped them understand some of the challenges that they've had through their life. But it also equipped them to then, be able to be empowered to talk to their own children, be empowered to provide their children what they might not have received as a child, which is this education of how to protect themselves, how to speak up, that it's okay if somebody is doing something and I don't like it, but it's my mommy or daddy's friend and I can say something, or that favorite relative, I can still say something. It's gonna help them to equip them actually with the tools to then share that information with their little ones. And it also may encourage them to reach out for some help. And that's the most important thing, because healing is possible from sexual abuse. It really is. But it's just different for everyone. Nobody can force anybody to heal. Nobody should say, oh, just get over it, because you just don't get over it. It takes time. But coming into the room, we'll like I said, affirm them that, no, this should not have happened to me when I was young. And now I understand why I didn't say anything, or now I understand why I was frightened. Now I understand why I was, had these feelings of confusion.
That predator's not going to want to get certified.
Well, no, of course. What person who's harmed children wants to come in a room and hear about what this does to others?
But if my husband abused my children, I'm not going to want to come.
No, because that's really hard for a relative, friend, spouse of someone you work with. You don't want to hear this. It's just better for avoidance. If I don't hear it, then it hasn't happened.
And you say during the workshop, it thrives in environments of fear and denial.
It does. It absolutely does. Sexual abuse thrives in not only fear, denial, and isolation. And you can understand that. I mean, who is going to admit that they have sexual thoughts of children?
Not the average bunny.
Right? And the thing is, the first thing that I would say is, if you are aroused by a child, get some help. Get some help. Leave the children alone and get some help. But no, I mean, predators do come into the room, though, I can tell you that, because our wonderful youth-serving organizations are mandating this training. And so there are some that come in the room and we don't know who they are. They don't walk into a training room with a sign on their head to tell us that.
You think it helps?
But I don't know the answer to that, Ciola. I don't know if it helps them. I hope it convicts them to get some help. I hope it convicts them that people are watching and there is a risk, because if they get caught, there is a consequence to that. Hopefully, we really encourage our survivors to report, because, and thank God in this country we have no statute of limitations, so you can still report. And I would say that I don't want to make people feel guilty to do that, because that's a really big step, and nobody should guilt anybody. You need your power as an adult. Your power was taken from you. Now you have the power whether you want to report. That is in your hands. But what I would say is we want to stop the behavior. Sex offenders don't just have one victim. It doesn't work like that.
So with all the certification in youth groups and in schools, like one of your people in the film said that, with the child who told the teacher that daddy ate my cookie, that she said as a child all she got was this stranger danger thing. Do they talk about this to young children in schools now?
Yeah, I do think there are schools that are doing body safety. I know the Coalition for the Protection of Children have a great program over there, and they go into the public schools and they talk to children about body safety. And I do think, I know some of the private schools are definitely doing that. I think years ago there used to be like good touch, bad touch, but we need to go beyond touch. Sexual abuse isn't only about touch. It's about viewing children's naked, images of, looking at images of children's naked body, their private body parts. But I do think schools are, what exactly they are, I don't know. SCARS focuses on the adults. But I know that the Coalition has a great program over there that they take to public schools on body safety.
But and I mentioned this before, we have this thing embedded in our culture, what goes on in the home stays in the home. And people still live like that, even though there's a pack of ignorance going on in the home.
Yeah, well, children will suffer as a result of that. And we will pay for it for years and years to come if we continue to keep the secrets of abuse. There is a spillover, and any child who is abused will become an adult who's wounded.
So like I said, we're running this during the summer holiday when people have a lot of time to run rampant. Do you know what your children are doing this summer? Are you monitoring what they're into online? In closing, we're going to get together again in October. We're hoping to have survivors lined up. Hopefully they'll call in and share. Won't know till it actually happens. But take some time to think about it, because your story of healing could be a source of healing for someone else. In closing, you'd like to say?
Get SCARS certified. Sign up. Go on our website, scarsbermuda.com. Go to the tab that says Get Trained and sign up for a 3-hour training. Thanks to our community and our corporate donors who allow us to provide this free education to our community and to all of our youth-serving organizations. We thank them. There is no cost to you. And we really encourage you, to learn everything you can on how you can protect your little one, that little one who will become an adult. And we want them to be healthy so that our society can be healthy.
So 11,000 in 10 years, and you got about 30 more thousand to go. How long you think it's going to take?
Ciola, I can't look that far. All I can say is get certified. Let's get everybody in this country educated because sexual abuse is preventable. And we just want to see you in our room. We want to see more young parents. Please, if you're bringing a child into the world, soon as they hit 4, there are conversations that you can start having with your child to protect them. And we really encourage you to come into a SCARS room and learn what you can to protect your precious little treasure.
Well, I am happy I'm certified. I feel like I've did something.
You did. Thank you.
We'll see you next time, people. Thanks for tuning in.
Really encourage you to come